What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And listen, I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 in Minecraft. This is part 12, and in this one we're going to be finishing off the entire map. We're getting all the details here, and we're getting the final couple of rooms done, and that it will be Chapter 1 entirely complete, which is very nice to have that done. Yeah, that is all I have to say, so with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alright, so we're finally gonna voice crack. We're finally gonna finish this room after, just abandoning it at the end of last part. Let me turn my mic down a little bit, because I don't want to peak the mic. You want to start off by getting out composters, oak pressure plates, scaffolding, my favorite block in the game, not actually. Black stone walls, sandstone walls, oak trapdoors, oak planks, oak stairs, and polished blackstone buttons. It'll finish everything in the room but one thing, of course. That's always how it works. I want to start with this door over here because this is going to be the most confusing 15 seconds of the video. Not really. I mean, it'll be more than 15 seconds. But so if you are looking at the door, you want to take the chiseled bookshelf to the left and place an oak trapdoor open up against it. This is trapdoor hell, I'm just warning you. It's like a stack of chairs that I just spam placed trapdoors and hoped it worked. On top of that trapdoor, you're placing another trapdoor off this stripped oak wood. Off the original one, I'm going to crouch place another oak trapdoor and open it to give me kind of like a table like so. To the right of this top trapdoor, I'm going to crouch place another trapdoor off of it that is opened against it like so. I'll place, on top of that one, I'm going to place another trapdoor, which is going to be over top of the door like so. Left of that one, I'm going to crouch place a trapdoor off of it that's going to open up against it like so. Then, off of this trapdoor that's kind of almost like interfering with the door, I'm going to crouch place another oak trapdoor open in that direction, which will kind of give you a floating chair like so that has back problems, I guess. I don't know. Underneath that oak trapdoor, you're going to place an oak trapdoor off this chiseled bookshelf off the top of it, and then off the left and right of that, you're crouch placing oak trapdoors to open up against it. This is our amalgamation of chairs. I don't really know what I'm looking at. I don't think you should know what you're looking at either. Just know that that's what it looks like. So, yeah. Off of the top oak trapdoor here, you're going to crouch place an oak plank with one to the right. It should be up against the wall. You'll bring that down diagonally forward by 2, and then you'll place a polished blackstone button off of the front of each of these oak planks. Take the back right-hand corner of this room and count right by 1, and off of this block, place 3 upside-down oak stairs moving up that are all facing left. Can you guess what goes to the left of them? That's right, TNT. No, upside down oak stairs facing right, which will finish off the shelf. I always have to do some sarcastic block whenever I say something like that. It's just like, it's obvious to say something corny, and that's what it's gonna generally be. Something entirely unrelated. Anyway, okay. Heading towards us from that, you want to head to this strip jungle pillar. I don't want to use the block of coal as reference because that's dumb. And to the left of this pillar here, this first one, you're going to place an oak trapdoor. You're counting left 2 and forward 2 and placing 2 oak trapdoors going right. That was a lot of 2s. Go forward diagonally right 1, and then forward diagonally left 1. I don't have an oak, or I have an oak plank under that one. That's crazy. Whatever, who cares? Turn to the left to look at the left wall, and you should have, where the wall kind of like comes out a row here, you should have this row particularly with the bookshelves and whatever. You want to place a blackstone wall at the floor, sandstone wall on top, and then 2 blackstone walls on top of that. Off the sandstone wall, you're going to place an oak trapdoor open up against it. If you're looking at this, you're going to turn to your left again, and in this corner here, you're placing a composter with an oak trapdoor, or oak pressure plate on top, excuse me. I'm so used to saying oak trapdoor from the city tutorials. From this composter, you're heading towards the door with an oak trapdoor opened up against the opposite side from the composter from that, like so. Crouch place off that trapdoor, 2 more trapdoors with the second one open up against the middle one, like so. That end one, you'll place another trapdoor on top of which you'll crouch place and open in the same direction to give you a chair. In the kind of front corner here, you're placing scaffolding with an oak pressure plate on top like so. Clear your inventory and get out the following. Item frames, ladders, black concrete, barriers, oak signs, block of stripped bamboo, bamboo mosaic slabs, oak buttons, and what will we go with? What do you guys think? I'm gonna go with a loom. That makes enough sense to me. So we're just gonna kind of get as far as we can and do as much as we can with this stuff. So before we leave this room, there's a couple things we need to do. On the wall where we have the shelf here that we made, it's gonna be the stripped oak wood wall to the right of it. And out of the center to bottom stripped oaks, you want to take the right one and place a ladder off it. Place an oak sign above. Off of the, what is it, the back wall? Yes, the back wall where you have the pipe. This is the back wall I'm calling. I know we said the one with the door was the back, but this one's the actual back. You want to, from the sandstone wall, you want to count right by 2 and place 3 item frames extending right. Extend each item frame up by 1 and then extend that top row to the left by 1 to give you a row of 4. Turn to your left and just kind of above the chair and like the crux at the top here, you'll place an item frame. Extend it up by 2, and then extend the bottom 2 item frames right by 1. Extend the top one of that row of 2 right by 1 again. The next step should be a fairly obvious one. You're taking the holes in the walls here and really around this whole thing, and you're doing what we've done a million times already. You're blacking off the back of them with black concrete, placing a barrier in the center, oak sign off the barrier and either oak stair, and then another oak sign to the right of the barrier. And yeah, you're going to do this a bunch throughout the whole area we have built so far. And hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. I'm going to control block pick the sign so I have the data. That'll make it a little bit quicker to do this. Should only be, I guess there's 2 down here, yeah. I forgot, I don't remember. But yeah. It's nice to almost be done this, because then I can move on to what even is next. I don't know what I want to do. Oh yeah, I guess it'd be more chapter 2. After that, it's then the exterior, which I'm not looking forward to. Just gonna be honest with you here. Anyway, you should be done, and you can head back up, and they should all look like this. We're gonna just sweep through with what we can, and then we'll do that like 3 more times, probably. So, immediately in the corner, like upon entering the kind of hallway here, in just the first corner, you're gonna see this kind of left one, just to the left of that hole, you're placing a block of stripped bamboo with a mosaic slab on top. Keep kind of walking across, and this first panel, you'll find a 4x4 of oak planks on this wall. The bottom and 3rd row up of oak planks, you'll have oak signs across, which will also extend left and right an additional 1, so it goes off the stripped jungle. Between these 2 rows going right, you're going to place a row of oak signs off the bottom row of stripped oak here, which extends right off to the stripped jungle. It should be a row of 5. Above the left 4 signs there, you're placing item frames. And then the rightmost 3 you're bringing up with an additional item frame, like so. On each of the panels on the wall, where you can, you want to place an oak button, like these stripped oak panels, these 3 block ones with the composters at the top, you're placing an oak button in either top corner, unless there's a block of coal there, you're not going to place a button then. You could place there's a polished blackstone button, yeah they do exist, so you could if you wanted, but the ink kind of goes over it, so I just left it flat. And then from each of those buttons, I'll count down by 2 and place an oak button again, even if there isn't a button, but like, you know there should be one here, so I'll count down 2 and I'll place one there on either side. And you're just doing this with all of these panels. And yeah, again, you're gonna kind of have to... You could actually place all of them if you want. Just make sure you do avoid the composters or the row the composter should be on. But like, I don't know if any... Like this one where I have that there, I know it'll be there. So I can just kind of count down by 2 from that and then remove it. Just to kind of help me with getting the positioning right. But yeah. And I kind of just know, like... And I don't know about this one. Let me just confirm. I'm going to assume that there's just buttons there, but Okay, it's just the top row for some reason, except it's like not even, it's a row off of the top. But again, it's because there's no composters, it's a little bit weird. But yeah, it should look like that. Anyway, you can head back up. All the way up, actually, I think. Yeah, all the way up. And we're going to officially sweep through. That one was kind of a fake. So, you want to start heading down, and when you hit the light, like on the kind of back here with the oak stairs, you want to take the chisel bookshelf below either one, and you're going to place an oak sign on either one. On these, you're going to type on the second line down, danger, and on the third line down, keep out. And you're doing this on both, and it should be in all caps. I'm going to say the thing again. What does that say? I had to. Beyond this, you want to take the strip jungle pillar just to the right, essentially, if you're kind of just walking in a straight line. And at eye level, you're placing an oak sign there. You're continuing to head down, and where you have this wall here, this like 4x4 stripped oak, which we've already tampered with a little bit, to the left of this oak trapdoor with nothing behind it, you're going to place a loom in the wall here. It shouldn't really do much other than just be there. But it wants to face out. Bottom right corner of this wall, oak button. Top right, oak sign. Turning to the right out of the middle two rows of this wall, you're going to take the right one where you're placing a ladder at eye level with an oak sign above. Turn to your right and off the bottom row of chiseled bookshelves on this upper little segment where it kind of steps down, you're placing an oak sign off the middle two, and each of them will say, watch your step, and watch your will be on the second line, and step will be on the third. I always like to leave the top row and bottom rows open if I can. If I need 3 rows for whatever reason, I leave the bottom open. And if I use all 4, then, well, none of them are open. And 1, I just leave top open, and then bottom 2 would be open. I forgot to put the enter between that, though. Whoopsies. There you go. Continue to head down, and on the left side here, you're going to take this panel, and it's the stripped oak wood I'm highlighting. It's essentially from the top left, it's down diagonally. Right one, oak sign there, and it should say watch your step again. In the same way. I don't know why I'm not typing the your properly. I'm not putting the R there. From this row of chiseled bookshelves that kind of sticks out, the left one you're placing a block of strip bamboo in front of with a mosaic slab on top. Heading towards you from the strip bamboo, you're placing 2 item frames, leaving a gap of 1 item frame. From that item frame, you'll place 1 back diagonally right, then 1 behind, then leave a gap of 1 and place another item frame. On the back wall here, you're taking this. It's out of the middle 2 stripped oak of this bottom row. Of it, you should only have 2 rows of stripped oak, though. The left one, you're just placing a blank oak sign off of. You are continuing to head down. And just in the, like, right corner here, immediately, you're placing a block of strip bamboo with a mosaic slab on top. And that should be everything we can do with that set of materials. Now, we got a good amount of this cleared through. Well, not actually. I mean, almost. If you head all the way back up, you want to stop once you're at the top of the final staircase here, and you can clear your inventory. Do just make sure you put the bears in your inventory or keep them to some capacity. But I guess clear your hotbar would make more sense then. You want to get out the following. Blackstone walls. Sandstone walls. Oak trap doors. Oak fence gates, ochre frog lights, blackstone slabs, oak slabs, black candles, and regular plain old candles. And that'll get us a good bit through, hopefully. So, hold on, let me just get there first. Okay, yeah. Immediately on the, essentially where the light is on that lower level, you're going to place blackstone walls here at the top, just like off those middle 2 upper chiseled bookshelves. Heading down, you're doing the same with the next part of the staircase on both the top and bottom little step downs, like so. Continue heading down, and then again, we're going to focus on this wall on the left that has got some stuff going on. Specifically this loom. Above the loom, you're placing 2 oak fence gates open into the wall. Between the beehive and the oak button at the bottom, you're placing a blackstone wall. You're extending it up with a sandstone wall and then 2 more blackstone walls. Off the sandstone wall, you're placing an oak trapdoor open up against it. We can begin heading down again, so turn around 180 degrees, and you should have signs off this like upper part of the step down, so the lower part you're placing blackstone walls off the middle 2. Keep heading down, and out of the middle 2 rows of the staircase, you're taking the right half, and you're counting out an additional block and placing an oak trapdoor here on the floor. Above the oak sign here, you want to place an oak slab. Left of it, a blackstone slab, and right of it, 2 blackstone slabs. On the chiseled bookshelves here, you'll place on the rightmost one 3 black candles. Left of it, 2 on this block, and then left of that, 3 regular candles on that block. Turn to your right, and off the top 2 middle bookshelves here, you're placing blackstone walls. Head the rest of the way down, and essentially all the way into the corner of this room where you have this kind of hole in the wall at the back. If you have an oak sign here on the right, which you should, you want to replace it with a sandstone wall. It should just be at kind of eye level. Place an oak trapdoor open up against it on the one side that makes sense, and place blackstone walls above and below that. To the left of this, off the middle 2-strip jungle, you'll place blackstone walls to the right. Clear your inventory and get out the following: stripped oak wood, barriers again, and oak signs. We did miss this little step, but that's okay. Underneath the staircase on this side, you're taking the rightmost row and just placing stripped oak wood under it. All blocks, making sure you do include behind the stripped jungle because you can actually see it from here. Off of this, between the, I guess, N2 strip jungle, the one like at the edge of the staircase and the one in the center, you're placing barriers between the bottom 3 rows like so. It should be a 3x3. Place oak signs off each barrier, along with the strip jungle left and right of them to give you a little bit of a boarded up section. I'm not really sure where this one in particular is boarded up and why it's boarded up like this, but it is, so. I mean, you can you? Oh, no, I guess you can't get down there, yeah, so it just blocks off the only way you'd be able to go. You could also place oak signs on the valid blocks on this side as well, just to kind of make it so it's not like you're running into nothingness if you try to go over here. But for me, I don't particularly care that much, so. You can get rid of those 3 things and get out item frames, composter, and oak pressure plate, and that should finish this room. I do want to confirm that everything is done though after this. If you look at this barrel on the wall and you're looking like you just came down the stairs at it, and I don't know why it's weird, you want to place 2 item frames left of it. Each item frame you'll bring up by 1, and out of that top row you'll extend the item frames left and right an additional 1. Not the far left item frame, but the one to the right you'll bring up with another item frame. Back left hand corner, which is just essentially taking this barrel and counting all the way left, you'll place a composter with a pressure plate on top. You'll have to destroy that sign, but that's fine. Oh, I'm rhyming. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Anyway, that should be, in theory, this entire section done, which is nice. So, it's time to move along, I guess. We have 22 minutes, and we're just gonna finish. Like, this last area might take 30 minutes, but at that point, it's splitting it into a 15 and a 15. Like, we're just gonna rip the rest out. So you want to start by getting out the following materials. Chiseled bookshelves, good lord. Stripped oak wood. Stripped jungle wood. Oak planks. Beehives. What am I looking at? Okay, oak stairs. Oak slab. I just had to, like, process that real quick, but we're good. Block of coal. And we'll go with the old ochre frog lights, I think. That might make the most sense. Or it might make 0 sense at all and I'm stupid. But, you know, either way it works. So if you are the door, alright, you're gonna have to just pretend like you're a door for a sec. Embrace the door. You want to take the strip jungle to the right of it, which is this one, and you want to extend it back with 4 chiseled bookshelves. We're laying out this entire area except for the last room. Then an upward facing strip jungle. then 4 oak planks, then an upward-facing strip jungle, then 4 chiseled bookshelves, upward-facing strip jungle, then place going left 2 chiseled bookshelves, oak slab, 2 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood. Take that stripped jungle wood and extend it back with 3 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood, chiseled bookshelf, oak slab, 6 chiseled bookshelves, stripped jungle wood facing up, then go left with an oak slab, 2 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood facing up, then 4 chiseled bookshelves, and beyond that you'll place a strip jungle wood. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't visible. And then going back forward kind of towards the entrance, you're placing 2 chiseled bookshelves that you want to make sure are facing into one another, like so. Then an oak plank in the floor. Then in front of that, a chiseled bookshelf that's not in the floor. Oh, what did I just break? Oh, a structure void, I see. Whoopsies. And then a strip jungle. Sorry, I'm just trying to not screw everything up here. You then want to go right with 4 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood facing up, and then from that, you're going to go forward with 3 chiseled bookshelves, strip jungle wood facing up, 3 oak planks, strip jungle wood facing up, then 9 chiseled bookshelves, then a strip jungle wood facing up, then you'll extend that to the right by 1, then right of that in the floor you're going to place 3 oak planks, beyond that, a strip jungle wood facing up that's not in the floor, and then you'll connect it forward with what should be 4 chiseled bookshelves into another strip jungle. One thing before we move along. So there's this kind of almost like 2x2 segment of strip jungle wood. They create a 5x5 square, and they're the corners of them. The left ones you're going to actually extend right so they stick out. They're sticking out of the right wall, basically. So it should look like that. From there, you're just filling in the floor with oak planks. There's a bit of block of coal, but I'll show you that in a second here. Or in a little bit. I don't know if it'll be immediately, but yeah. See how accurate my 30 minutes was. It was 18 minutes when I said that on this recording. So if we're at like 45, then I consider that a win. Between like 45 and 50. Usually I'm incredibly far off, but... you know, if it's less than that, then I'm generally pleased, because I would rather overestimate than underestimate, right? Because then that makes me look stupid for trying to record the rest of this when I wouldn't have time anyway. So, for the block of coal in the floor, we might as well just do it all, or at least the bit that matters. You want to, from the door, place 1 back and then 1 left, and that's it. That's it. Literally. From this point, the walls are fairly self-explanatory. It's the same thing we've done a million times. Just leave this 3-block gap open for now. I'll explain it later. But each strip jungle and oak plank is brought up by 3. Chiseled bookshelves are brought up with 3 stripped oak wood. And then you, of course, have the slabs to deal with, which are fairly self-explanatory, I think. The upside-down oak stairs and whatever. Yeah. And you will go over the top of the doorway over here, of course, because, you know, that's normal stuff. And that's the final room, which is exciting. That one shouldn't be too long of a room, hopefully. Although knowing my general luck with it, it might be like a 30-minute room on its own. But it shouldn't be. It's a small-ish room, and it's not insanely detailed. Got some basic stuff going on. Like coffins. Basic, right? It's basic, normal stuff. But yeah. If anybody has anything interesting to input, I guess, feel free. As in with anything. But yeah, hopefully by the time you're seeing this, there should be a chapter 2 started. I don't really know. I don't want to say that and be like, oh yeah, it's coming soon, but... I definitely do have interest in building it, because I did enjoy building this overall. Anyway, you should have this. As for that hole in the wall, you want to start by filling it in entirely with stripped oak wood a block back. Or block, I guess, in, yeah. Well, no, that would be out. Connect the top row of stripped jungle together to create a 3x3 with it, though. If you are looking at it, the middle left and bottom middle are both going to be replaced with beehives with the notches not facing towards you. So just like that, basically. The top right, you're replaced with an upside-down oak stair facing towards you, and then below that, you'll have a regular oak stair. To the side there, I would recommend having whatever. I have stripped oak wood blocking this off. Just like that. As for the ceiling, it is beehives. There's nothing really going on with this, and they're facing the same way as the rest of the beehives. But yeah, there's no like stripped jungle pillars or anything weird. It's just plain and simple. Because if you have any other major tutorial suggestions, let me know. Obviously, as I mentioned, Chapter 2 and Playtime cover are the next things that I need to work on, because I need to make sure I'm ahead of the game on Chapter 2. As of recording this, musical memory is starting, like, soon. And I want to make sure that I'm through, because Whack-A-Woogie is so short, I want to make sure I'm through the next segment, because I know by the time musical memory is done, Whack-A-Woogie is basically going to be done in, like, 3 weeks. So, because of Alpha 2 Basement even in there. So I want to make sure I'm just ahead of myself. I mean, I should be fine even to record Playtime Co. first, but whatever. Either way, you should have this. That's unrelated, I guess, but you should have this. Now, immediately when you walk in, you want to leave the, like, if you look at the ceiling, you leave the first 2 rows of beehives open, and then you want to break a 2x2 in the center beyond that and replace it with block of coal. It's hard to do the block of coal without any measurements, but you want to take the left wall, and I did make a mistake here, I do apologize. These chiseled bookshelves won't actually be up a row here, so it's 2 rows of chiseled bookshelves and 2 rows of stripped oak wood. I apologize, I just, like, forgot to mention that casually. But the bottom center chiseled bookshelf is a block of coal, along with the oak plank to the right of it, so it should look like that. Just make sure no others are like that. I don't think so, yeah, we're good. On the right wall where you have the oak plank segment, the back 3 oak planks will each have a block of coal to the left of. On the floor. From the back block of coal, you'll place an additional one to the left and also behind it, which will give you kind of like that. It almost looks like a cross is like under the floor. I don't know why that's what I thought of, but whatever. Take the leftmost block of coal and count back by 3 and replace this oak plank with a block of coal. There is a light in the ceiling, I knew it. We can, I guess, place it real quick. It's to the right of the back block of the thing I just called a cross here. And it's 3 blocks off of the left wall. So it's going to be right there on the ceiling. You can see I have 3 blocks there, and I have, what is that, 5 there? Yeah, it's not centered, of course. It's never centered. But in line with that on the ceiling, you're just breaking that beehive and replacing it with an ochre frog light. Anyway, heading back, on the right side in this little hallway, you have this row of 3 chiseled bookshelves, and you're going to break the oak planks left of the back 2 chiseled bookshelves. Above the back block of coal, you're replacing the one in the ceiling with a block of coal. And that's all. Is there any in the other room? I'm just kind of curious. No. Yeah, no, the next room should be fairly simple. From this point, what can we do? We can clear our inventory and get out the following. Block of stripped bamboo. Bamboo mosaic slabs. Black stone walls. Black stained glass panes. Oak fences. Oak fence gates. Dark oak fences. Dark oak fence gates, and we'll go with a flower pot. So, head back to the front, and on the right side where you have this oak plank wall, you want to take the kind of middle block of coal that should be surrounded by block of coal on each side, executing diagonals, and you're placing a block of stripped bamboo on top of the mosaic slab on top of that. In front of that strip bamboo, you're placing a sideways strip bamboo like so. From, where are we going to go next? So this block of coal on the floor here, this singular guy behind, if you look up on the ceiling from it, you're placing a black stone wall above it. This wall is getting extended forward by one. Along with that same one, we'll go left one, and then from there, back one. Off of the block of coal on the black stone wall that is directly above it, you'll place a black stained glass pane off each, which will give you a dripping effect. Turning to the left, where you have this, whatever this thing is in the wall, you want to make the, between the strip jungle, the middle row will be oak fences and the left and right ones will be fence gates. Turning to the actual left wall, you'll be at the top row of chiseled bookshelves, and you're going left to right, and you want to leave the first two open and place a dark oak fence gate, which is closed, then an open fence gate, closed fence gate, fence, closed fence gate. Going left to right on top of that, you're going to place a fence, closed fence gate, fence, closed fence gate, open fence gate. This little block of coal thing on the floor just to the left of it, you'll have a flower pot. There's a couple things we can do beyond here. So if you're heading backwards, this block of coal in the ceiling in the little hallway, you're placing a black stained glass pane below. I'll leave a gap of one going below that and place another pane as well. The hole here on the right wall, just beyond the hallway, I guess you're still in the hallway technically, but it widens out a little bit because the strip jungle isn't in your way. You're going to place a row of 3 oak fence coming up from the floor just behind this hole on the wall. To the left of the one on the back, you'll place 2 oak fences extending up, and yeah, that's all you can do with that set of materials. I feel like the next set is the last one, other than we're probably going to need another set for the holes in the wall, but that's okay. You want to get out now, stripped oak wood, oak trap doors, oak hanging signs, mud brick walls, ladders, maybe we won't, oak signs, barriers, black concrete, and I guess an oak door probably makes most sense, since we didn't place one. We actually need to place a sign off of the door anyway. So the first thing I want to do is place an oak trap door off the underside of that ochre frog light. The 2x2 of block of coal at the front here, like on the ceiling, you're going to place an oak trap door off the, I guess, front left and back right oak trap, or block of coal like so. To the left of the door in this corner off of the front wall, you'll place 2 oak trap doors opened up against the, as I mentioned, the front like so. You're doing the same with the left wall just before the strip jungle here, like still in the entrance portion. Continuing back, you want to look at this, I still don't know what to call this thing in the wall, the little gate, and you want to place stripped oak wood facing sideways off the, when you're looking at it, it'll be the leftmost 2 bottom blocks. Place oak trap doors on either that'll extend left and right by 1, and if you're looking at this, you'll place off the left of the stripped oak wood an oak hanging sign, and off the right a mud brick wall. Turn around and kind of look at the back right here where you have this dripping pipe, and just to the right of it, you'll place a ladder at eye level with an oak sign above. Here's the fun part, the trapdoors for the next area. Between these front 2 strip jungles, you're placing oak trapdoors opened up against the front. On the left below that, you're placing an oak trapdoor opened up against the back, and then you'll have one down diagonally right as well, which is off the strip jungle on the right at eye level. If you're on the oak plank just to the left of this pillar, you'll count back 1 and go back diagonally left with 3 oak trap doors. From this back left pillar, you'll place, not the pillar or the wood at eye level, but 1 up, you'll place an oak trap door open up against the strip jungle there. Extend it left by 2, and you'll have to crouch place those. Continuing to head on back, you want to just keep walking around, and you're going to place an oak door in this doorway. The handle should face right. You can crouch place an oak sign off the top half of the doorway. I don't have one off the bottom half. I don't remember why. I think it was because I wanted it to look like you were slightly pulling them off. And you can walk through the sign anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But did want to add the detail still. And as for the holes in the wall, it should be fairly self-explanatory. You're filling them all in with black concrete off the back. Barrier in the center. Oak sign off the barrier in either oak stair. And to the right, if applicable, which it really won't be. Necessarily. But if it is, then by all means place it. Yeah, these never did change. I don't know why I thought they were different. I'm just weird and incorrect, I guess. But yeah, either way. And nice. We'll be almost everything done. That's at least the front part here done. There's a little bit we have to do at the back. So you can clear your inventory, and again, I would stash your barriers away into a safe space. And you want to get out candles. Something to light them on fire with, which I'll use flint and steel. Mud brick walls. The infamous structure voids. Chiseled bookshelves. Stripped oak wood. Stripped jungle wood. Oak planks. And beehives. Sure, that's fine. So heading back here, whoa, I did not realize I was flying. You want to, in the back right-hand corner, just like in this hallway, you're placing a singular candle that you will light on fire. Around the door here, or on this doorway, like at the top left and right of this area, you're placing mud brick walls up against the wall. Only the top are you placing these structure voids between. This is so you can click on the door easier. You can place them at the bottom if you want, and then you can still like click there. But, you know, I would love to be able to click here, and as you can see, you can't with the structure voids at the bottom, so I just remembered that was the reason, which is great. Head to the other side of the door, and I would make sure these chiseled bookshelves are facing out. I think I mentioned that. And off of both sides, the strip jungle either side, you're extending out with 4 chiseled bookshelves, and then an upward-facing strip jungle wood. I don't think the whole thing is symmetrical, but we can do that symmetrically. Actually, no, it is symmetrical. That's crazy. Extend either strip jungle wood out with 4 chiseled bookshelves, and then another upward-facing strip jungle wood. That's not jungle. There we go. From there, on both sides, you want to extend back with 9 chiseled bookshelves. And then a strip jungle wood facing up. There are no pillars at the back wall, so you're connecting the strip jungle woods together with chiseled bookshelves. I'm not worried about the direction. That will be something I'll probably have to point out at Chapter 2, because I also have it like that on the original right now. But yeah, you know. Extend each chiseled bookshelf up with 3 stripped oak wood, and then have the stripped jungle up by 3 as well. I'll give you the... what's it called? The doorway positioning in a moment. I felt like didn't feel like building it in just because the wall's flat and there's no pattern anyway we have to do, so you know, I just make our life easy. Yeah, okay, 38 minutes. Starting this room. I don't have much to say here. You'll fill in the floor with oak planks. That should have been, I think, self-explanatory, probably at some point. And then we'll actually make the doorway now, so we can place an oak plank under it. But I just want to fill this in first. Just like this. Nice. Yeah, it's always weird, because, like, you're either going to end up with the last part that's 15 minutes or 50 minutes. And I've mentioned that a couple times with these. Like, the last part's always a weird amount. Anyway, you should have this. On the back wall, you'll be 1 block off of the like corner here, and just you'll break a doorway here and place an oak plank at the floor. You'll fill in the ceiling with beehives facing the same direction they've been facing, which is going to be across this room. They're going to be facing left to right. And yeah, you want a lot of them. There is a couple things we have to break in for detailing, specifically with the floor. There is the, oh, what is it called? It's like What is it called? I want to say pentagram, but that sounds wrong. Something like that. Little Satan star. That's what I'll call it, the little Satan star. You should have this anyway. Before we clear our inventory, the strip jungles at the corners here, like essentially just through the door when the walls kind of go out, you're going to do the same thing with the mud brick walls on all sides, and then structure voids connecting them at the bottom and top rows. Except for obviously there is mud brick walls at the very top, so... yeah. Anyway. We can actually place the candles now. I know that's kind of dumb, but you're going to have to hear me out. So if you take the left mud brick wall row, you want to begin the oak plank behind it. You'll count back by 2 and right by 1 and place a candle here that is lit on fire. From it, you'll count left and right by 2 and then back by 1 from that block and light a candle there. You'll then leave a gap of 1 extending back and place another candle. And then from either of them, doesn't really matter which one, you'll count in by 2, back 1, candle lit on fire. Because we have them and, like, we might as well use them. So, yeah. You can then clear your inventory and hopefully, we might need 2 more sets. Yeah, we'll probably need 2 more. But you want to get out for this first one. Oak logs. Stripped oak logs, they both have to be logs, because again, we're using that texture. Oak trapdoors, oak planks, oak stairs, oak slabs, polished blackstone buttons, and we're gonna go pistons, and sure, we can get out an oak door, that's fine. So you want to break the oak plank underneath each of these candles. And then the ones on the side you'll connect together by breaking the middle, and the ones at the front and back you'll just break left and right an additional 1. You want to fill this entirely in with oak logs facing up. Now, I did only say you needed a certain number of blocks down, so you could very well be up against the floor here if you mathematically did that. If you are, just good luck, honestly. You can do slash fill, or you can place blocks like here and then just place off of them. But I'm going to go underneath, and I'm going to actually just place a bunch of oak logs sideways here in a 5x5. Sorry, a 5x5, because I know we'll need to break more in a second. And I'll just fill off of it from there. Just like so. In the dead center, you want another regular oak log, and then in each of the 4 corners from there, you want stripped oak logs. To the right of the front right-hand corner, you're taking this first oak plank and you're placing an oak trapdoor open up against the right of that block. From the plank that trapdoor sits on, you will count back by 3 and left by 1 and place an oak trapdoor open to the right of that block as well. And you're going to do the same with each. You should probably know the drill. You're crouch placing 2 oak trapdoors off the top of that with the final one opened. Crouch place another one on top of that that's opened again in the same direction, which will give you a chair like so. There is one more chair, I just didn't do it because it's facing the other way. If you take the front left-hand corner, or what would be if this was a 5x5 square, you'll count left by 1 and place an oak trapdoor off the left half of that block. Place 2 oak trapdoors, crouch placed off the left of that. Final one open up against the middle. Another one on top of that that's open up against the left. You can actually, like, open this one to place it easier. That's fine. I know that's kind of a little late to mention with the final chair in the entire build, but it's better late than never, I guess. On the left wall, you want to leave 2 rows open at the back, and on the 3rd chiseled bookshelf forward, you're going to place an oak stair facing forward to the right of it. Extend it all the way up to the ceiling. Do the same in the front left-hand corner with stairs facing back, and connect each of them together with oak slabs facing, or just oak slabs, that's all. In the front right-hand corner, you'll place 2 oak planks on top of each other with the same row behind, which will give you a 2x2. Place polished blackstone buttons off the left of that, and then off the top of the planks, you'll place a set of oak stairs facing away from each other. Behind the center of the little summoning circle, you want to count to the far back oak plank and place 2 oak planks on top. Leave a gap of 2 extending left and place 2 moving up there. And what you want to do is you want to place oak trap doors off the front of these planks that are just opened up against them. Both planks. Off of the top planks, you're placing trapdoors open up against the left and the right, along with his trapdoors sitting on top. That just gave them a little bit more shape and kept the texture consistent by having the trapdoors in the front. To the right of the bottom one, you'll leave a gap of 1, and you'll place 2 oak planks extending to the right along the floor, having the trapdoors on the top of them, and then off of this right block, you'll have an oak trapdoor open off each side of it. That one's for you. It's knocked over explicitly for you. I'm just kidding. Between these final 2 that we placed, you want to, the stripped oak wood, you want to break this one along with the one above and replace it with pistons that face out. There they have returned. I'll have to check that, because I just feel like I missed something. And it just kind of, like, appeared in my mind, and I was like, should check that. Anyway, in the doorway, you're placing an oak door with the handle facing left. You can then clear your inventory and get out a singular oak sign and some black stone walls. Crouch place off the top half of the door an oak sign. If you would like to block this off with oak planks, you can. I didn't because, well, you know, it's inevitable. And from the top right-hand corner of the back, you want to count left by 1 and place 3 blackstone. Whoopsies. Place 3 blackstone walls extending left at the top. And once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is Bendy and the Ink Machine Chapter 1 complete in Minecraft. That took 12 parts. I'm not entirely displeased with that. Thank you guys for watching this. Hope you guys did enjoy this video and the series. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Overall, is the build. I do always enjoy feedback on builds like this because these are always a little bit different to make and stuff, you know. But, yeah, with that being said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.